Hello there, Aquarius, Sun, Moon, and Rising. Welcome back to Radiant Moon Tarot. We have your reading for June of 2024. This is a general reading for you guys. We're going to have a look at the overall messages coming in for you for the month ahead. If you're looking for money and career specifically, I'll leave the links to the playlist down below. Those readings are already posted for you. Whoa, same thing if you are single and looking for new love. Those singles readings are also out there for you guys, so check out the description box and the comment section for those links. So in the month of June, the first week is probably going to be the best astrologically wise. Okay, so we do have the 2nd of June, Jupiter in Gemini is trining Pluto in Aquarius. So Pluto, of course, is in your sign. And this is an awesome aspect for you to find your personal power, take back control, make some changes for the better. And it's ultimately time to expand and thrive. So this can be a wonderful aspect for you guys. We also have on June 3rd, Mercury entering the sign of Gemini. And this is really powerful energy. Mercury, of course, is the ruler of Gemini, so it's at home in this sign. Very comfortable energy. But this is where big ideas come out, right? So you might get epiphanies, you might get clarity on something. You may also feel the need to get creative in this energy as well. Turn your ideas into something real and tangible. This is an awesome energy for executing short-term plans as well and getting things done. So if there is a big, something big that you're working on, something big that you want to do and you're trying to get accomplished, sometimes the best way to do that so it doesn't feel so daunting is to break something up into smaller short-term goals. Number one, it's in our minds, it's like not as impossible to attain, so to speak, right? It's like, oh, we were facing a mountain and now we've just got this little hill to climb. No problem, right? So it's a little bit, just makes our brains tick just a little bit differently. But also when we break something up into smaller goals, we've got more reason to celebrate. We've got more milestones. It helps boost our confidence and it really does help keep the momentum going. This is also an energy of being very social and very curious. So you might be finding yourself talking to more people, asking questions, but you could also have those big ideas and you could go down the rabbit hole of information. You may also have some choices because, of course, Gemini energy is about duality or multiples of things. So you might have multiple opportunities or you might have multiple people that you meet, especially if you're single. This can be really positive for you guys. June 6th is the new moon in the sign of Gemini. We don't want to miss that one, okay? It is a really wonderful, fast-moving energy that's in there, right? Because, of course, we do have that Mercury in Gemini, and it is Gemini energy. So really exciting energy, fast-paced, fast-moving, really excellent one to set some intentions or try something new. Full moon in Capricorn is on the 21st of the month. And so something could be coming to fruition for you then. Full moon's the end of a cycle, so this can be a cleansing and purging of things. But it is also coinciding with the first day of summer and the summer solstice. So this can really indicate that there might be a little bit more fun and lighthearted energy coming in here for you guys. We have the Mystic Meadow coming in here with Sanctuary. Wouldn't you love to be there, right? It looks all mystical and all magical and with all our little woodland friends. The Mystic Meadow is really highlighting the need to find a quiet place. So maybe you've been really busy, run off your feet. Maybe you've been feeling a little bit scattered. And so this is saying to you that the month ahead is going to be a really good time for you to take sanctuary or to find a sanctuary, somewhere where you feel comfortable, someone where you feel safe and secure, maybe somewhere where you've got a little bit of quiet time to maybe reflect on things, to make some decisions or just connect with your own energy. And we are, of course, on the 20th of the month, heading into Cancer season. Cancer is the 4th house in astrology, ruling the house and home. So your private life, your family, your children, your house, your home, the places where you do feel that sense of comfort. And so this can be where you're really kind of spending some time. So you might find yourself, especially around the new moon in Gemini, all of a sudden you've got this big idea. You know what? I don't like the way my living room is organized. I'm going to like cleanse and purge my living room. I'm going to rearrange my furniture, maybe even going to paint the walls, and it feels like a new space, right? Even if it's not. So you could be doing stuff like that, right? And it's like just something, a quick decision right there, but it makes you feel more comfortable, right? It makes you feel more at home in that energy. And it's amazing what happens when we just do a little bit of rearranging in our own house, right? Or we do get rid of some junk or some extra clutter and things like that, right? It feels fresh. And even though we haven't spent any money, all it's taken is maybe a little bit of thought and a little bit of time, maybe even a little bit of muscle if you've got heavy furniture. So this can be where you are really focusing in the month ahead. We have hummingbird spirit here bringing you joy. I love the hummingbird spirit. Hummingbirds are wonderful little creatures. So be on the lookout for a hummingbird, right? I mean, obviously, if you're attracting them to your garden, you've got a hummingbird feeder, you're probably going to see them anyway. But you could be seeing hummingbirds out of the blue somewhere. If you live in a big city, a concrete jungle, you could be seeing hummingbirds like on the TV or on your phone or something like that, right? Just like kind of pop up out of the blue. So the hummingbird spirit could be bringing you a message. And part of that message is about joy. Finding the beauty and finding the joy in things that we do, things that we surround ourselves, people that we surround ourselves with as well. There could be potentially something to celebrate in the coming month ahead, something that makes your heart sing with happiness and with joy. All right, so some wonderful, lighthearted energy coming in here with the hummingbird spirit. We have Into Me I See, a higher view, and the oracle's gift. We've got a little bit of magic coming out here for you, Aquarius. Into Me I See is about finding a quiet place, turning inward, doing a little bit of soul searching, reflection, also figuring out, what do I want? Right? What do I really want? How do I really feel about this situation? Do I need to make any changes right now? What is holding me back from following my dreams? So Into Me I See, it's really important. And again, this is why the Sanctuary card has come out, right? Because it's going to be very important for you in the month ahead to go within, to turn inwards, to have a look and, maybe sort something out. But you could also be getting some clarity. There's a big shift in energy by the looks of things coming in here for you guys as well. All right. And this can very well be right where we kick off your month, right? With that Jupiter in Gemini trining Pluto in your sign, right? This can be where there's a big shift because Pluto brings growth and evolution, transformation, right? Pluto is in retrograde, so it can be where we are reflecting, right? We're taking a step back, we're reassessing, reevaluating our circumstances. And so, yeah, in that energy, you could be finding some answers, or you could be figuring out your next path forward, or you could be figuring out, who am I? What do I really desire? Why am I here? All of this kind of stuff. So when we turn inward, we get some answers. A higher view. Now, a higher view can certainly represent looking at the big picture, looking at things from a higher perspective. We've got an owl here, and we've got someone riding on the back of that owl. Now, owls have impeccable eyesight, right? The birds of prey, they can be, however many hundreds of feet or whatever up in the air, right? Soaring in the breeze. And man, oh man, they can see their mouse. They can see that thing running through the field, and they hone in on it, and boom, they get it. But they wouldn't see their prey, they wouldn't see their mouse if they were just standing on the ground. So this is an energy of taking things to a higher perspective, to a higher level, to looking at things a little bit differently. I mean, imagine if you were, sitting in your living room and you're trying to envision like a little bit of a different layout, right? Imagine how different it would look if you, kind of stood on your head upside down, right? So when we are willing to look at things from a different viewpoint, this is quite often where we do really see things a little bit differently, or we get those answers, or we're like, it helps us to imagine something a little bit different. But the higher view can represent that there is some information, answers, something coming in here for you, and it may come in for on your spiritual path, right, or your personal path here as well. It is represented here by the owl bringing you wisdom. Jupiter brings you wisdom, by the way. Okay, so there could be some key that is given to you that unlocks a portal, unlocks a door, and brings in some powerful growth and change. We do have the Oracle's gift here as well. So I feel like this is a month also where you're probably going to be seeing, recognizing, or understanding what some of the signs that you're seeing mean. The Oracle works in mystical and magical ways, right? Quite often, Spirit will use people as a so-called accidental oracle. Children, because they just regurgitate things, right? They don't necessarily think about things. They got no filter, right? So children are quite often used as an accidental oracle. And if you've ever been around a child that's anything like an empath, or, maybe they just happen to be chatty, sometimes the things they say can make you stop in your tracks, right? And you're like, what did you just say? So out of the mouths of babes, right? There's a reason why we've got that saying. So you could get an oracle delivered to you, a message given to you, because a gift is something given to you, and it's a gift from Spirit. Okay, so something is speaking to you, or maybe something is activating through you in the month ahead here as well. So you could have a really distinctive shift in your spiritual gifts, in your insights, your intuition, right? A little bit of magic flowing through you perhaps, but yes, there's also gifts, something being given to you in the month ahead, whether it's from Spirit or from the universe or something about people around you, whatever it happens to be, it's something to pay attention to. So again, a hummingbird, right? I mean, I've got a patio outside my door. I don't usually get birds on my patio, right? There's like some grass and some trees and stuff like that, but it's in like a courtyard, right? And it's not a huge one, but I don't usually see birds. So if I was to see a hummingbird right outside my window, I would think that that's kind of weird because it doesn't belong there. There's nothing to attract it there, right? So it's those kind of things that we see that catch our eye and we're like, that's weird, right? So pay attention to the moments in your month ahead, and there could just be some sort of message from you, or for you, I should say. We have the Muse coming up here, and I love, love, love this card, okay? This is showing that something is blossoming in your life. You may have a little bit of luck, and get ready to receive. The Muse energy is a very creative energy, very similar to the Empress, right? It's a completely different deck. This is the Akashic Tarot, but a little bit similar to the Empress in finding the love and the beauty and the joy in things. This is about creating the life that you want, but also getting yourself ready to receive some sort of gift or some sort of abundance or some sort of message. The very feminine energy with the Muse. So whether you are creating something or you're reaping the rewards of something that you've already created, it's a beautiful free-flowing energy, and we love to see that there for you. We have the Queen of Forces here as well. Now this is really interesting because in this month we also do have the eclipse in Aries that's re-triggering in the month ahead. I'll have to double check the date because I forget what day it is, but the Queen of Forces shows the forces of the sun and the moon potentially colliding. So you could have something that is going on as a result of one of the eclipses that we've experienced. All right, and it can be any of the eclipses over the last couple of years. It could be the one that we just had in the sign of Aries. That's the one that is re-triggering, right? So that was at the beginning of April. So what were your intentions? What were you wanting to change? What were you eclipsing out of your life? Because this can be where you're starting to see the results of something from there, or you are gaining wisdom about why something had to eclipse out of your life and leave your life, right? Or this can where you are really finding, stepping into your personal power, and it's like, I hold the power of the universe in my hand. So it's a great energy that's coming in here, but you could be getting some sort of information. The Queen of Forces in this deck is very similar to the Queen of Swords, right? So wisdom, insight, deeper understanding, but also the ability to make decisions, or of course, perhaps cut something out of your life. But this does show your personal power to dig beneath the surface, moon energy, right? To tap into your subconscious, tap into your psychic gifts and abilities, your intuition, your creative genius side of you. But you have the ability here to bring clarity to things that are previously hidden. The moon can bring confusion or illusion, and the moon can also keep things hidden in the dark. But the sun that we also have on this card shines the light to chase away the shadows, to bring the clarity, and to see through the dark, right? To see beneath the surface. So this can be a month where your BS meter is just very much on point, or this can be the month where you're ready to face your fears, or you understand what's holding you back, right? And this can certainly be a very powerful and creative time for you. The Buddha prepares, card 13, relates back to the death card, right? So channeling in some Plutonian energy there for you. But the Buddha prepares is a very spiritual card, right? And this is doing what? Finding a sanctuary, finding quiet place, finding time to relax, to meditate, to connect with your own energy, preparing for a shift in some area of your life, likely something in you. This can bring in a healing energy. It can bring in a sense of calm and peace, but this is showing you how powerful your energy is right now. So don't squander your gifts, and maybe even try and find some time to work on them a little bit, right? So, if you're having trouble maybe focusing, right, do some rituals or some exercises that, help you do maintain a focus, right? Maybe your mind is racing and your thoughts are like just running amok, right? Finding that quiet space to meditate, quiet your conscious mind and just be, right? Just be. Can really help you, right? Because when we do that and we settle our energies like that, that quite often is where we open up to, to clarity, or we get those answers, we get the epiphany moment that we're looking for. But ultimately, the Buddha prepares does bring in some peaceful energy, but also brings that energy of connecting with your higher self, with spiritual realms, right? And can prepare you for some big change that's on the horizon for you there. But it's something very, I don't know. I mean, it's hard to put the finger on it, right? Because this is all very big picture-y, right, in its energy. So I think it's really one of those things where each of you has a different story, and this is really more personal for you, right? And this is more spiritual for you in this energy, right? But it's like attracting things to you, harnessing the energy, right? Putting your energy out there in maybe a different way, or where you are stepping into that level of understanding. We've got the Hanged Man, the Knight of Cups. Not surprising there. We've got the Fool, beautiful. Three of Wands. Six of Cups. And the Ten of Cups. So there we go. So we got some beautiful energy there. At the back of the deck, we've got the Eight of Wands. So there's a lot going on behind the scenes in the month ahead for you. The Eight of Wands is quite often showing you that wherever you put your intentions, your energy, your focus, this is helping you to overcome and to move forward, and to, really start to attract or manifest things in your life. The Eight of Wands quite often is associated with manifestation and the energy that's going on behind the scenes. Your intentions hitting their mark, hitting their target, and, the universe gets your order, and they're like, okay, no problem. We're getting to work. We're making things happen for you guys. This can be an energy where there is this electricity in the air for you. The Eight of Wands does tend to be quite exciting, but it is fast forward momentum. So this can be that month for you where there's a lot going on, but you're handling it, you're open to it, right? And part of the key will be to be a little bit flexible and adaptable, but this can be very fast shifts coming in for you guys here. And I think very positive in a lot of ways. And it may just be that you're, again, getting that clarity, your way of thinking, turning your big ideas, setting them in motion. Something is set loose for you here, and it's exciting. But there is an underlying element of receiving some good news potentially here as well with that energy. But we do have the Hanged Man and the Knight of Cups both coming out here for you. So this can represent a couple of different ways. Perhaps with the Hanged Man, that this does require, or you may feel that after a period of stagnation, not a lot happening, Knight of Cups, all of a sudden things are moving forward for you in a very positive way. There could be some new people entering your life. There could be some love. There could be some creativity, maybe some creative projects, right? Because the Hanged Man is where we do take a step back. We do take a pause, whether it is self-inflicted pause for the cause or whether it's just something like within the cosmos here, right? It is a very standstill kind of energy, but there is a lot going on behind the scenes when we've got the Hanged Man. But once we surrender, once we let go, once we get clarity and we realize what it is we truly want, this is where we do move forward. And so in this energy here, because there is enlightenment, when we do get the Hanged Man, this can be, releasing your need for control. This can be, stepping into the flow rather than resisting and digging in your heels. This is embracing change rather than resisting change, right? And of course, Aquarius, you are very much a forward thinker. You're very futuristic in your energy. You see things from a different perspective that other people don't. Because why? Because they just haven't caught up to you yet, right? But sometimes, because you are a fixed sign, fixed air, right? And sometimes it's like there is a little bit of resistance to change, which is a little bit contradictory to how you see things, right? But it's one of those things where, maybe you don't mind change as long as there's a purpose and a reason behind it. And it's like, why should I change just for the sake of change? So it's like, I don't want to waste my energy on things that aren't necessary. So in the Hanged Man energy, instead of resisting, right? Or, you could be instead Knight of Cups, moving forward with something new or different, or moving forward with change. But the Knight of Cups is a very open energy. So this can be that someone comes in and they give you a gift. Maybe you've been waiting for something. You've been very patient with that Hanged Man, and this is where something finally comes to fruition for you. So something finally gains traction. And of course, it's right on top of the Muse. So something can be blossoming for you, and it can be something that makes you very happy. The Knight of Cups can certainly bring in some creative endeavors, some projects, right? You may finally get something off the ground. Maybe it's you try something again, right? Maybe you give yourself a second chance. We do have a Six of Cups coming out there as well. Okay, it can be something coming back to you. But the Knight of Cups can also indicate friendships, happiness, joy, camaraderie with people, but also love and romance may come in there as well. So it can be that you're finally, after waiting forever, finally someone pops the question, that kind of thing, right? But this can be about pursuing what you want. The Knights are always on a quest, or getting what you want. So it can be something coming in, but it's something that you have been waiting for. It can also be in this energy that you're very patient on your path to following your goals, your dreams, and your bliss. The Fool card here with the Three of Wands, congratulations. Some of you are going on vacation. You're making some bold moves. With this energy, the Fool is filled with excitement and happiness and joy. And it is a sense of freedom from restriction, freedom from stagnation, right? It's like I'm making some plans and I'm going to take some action and make something happen. The Fool can certainly represent companionship, right? The Fool is always accompanied by his little dog. And so this can be a vacation with a friend. This can be where you're moving ahead into your future with a partner, right? This can be where you are ready to take a leap of faith. Why? Because you have faced your fears and you're not going to let anything hold you back anymore. And the Fool, you're ready to jump right into something with both feet. You're very excited about what the future holds. And, this can be really wonderful. This can also be where you're ready to make some moves forward, but you're keeping your options open, but you're ready to pounce on the right opportunity at the right time. Because the Three of Wands is where we have a plan, we know what we want, and we're just waiting for that right moment to jump out into our dreams, jump on board the ship that we're waiting to come in, right? That kind of thing. It's like a little bit of a waiting game, but it's exciting at the same time. So the Fool can also, by the way, just be a little bit careful, because the Fool can also represent not paying attention to things, right? And sometimes when we're not paying attention to something and we're just going with the flow and going without, through our day-to-day, Sometimes because we're not like singularly focused on something, we can step into something accidentally, right? And it's not really an accident because it's a fated event. And the sun and the moon coming together with eclipses can be fated events. And with that fool, the fool is like just la-di-da-di-da, I'm not watching where I'm going and I'm about to fall off a cliff. And sometimes we can accidentally step into something that we've been waiting for, Three of Wands. So keep your options open, right? It's, the energy here is all about being receptive and being open, right? So we want to make sure that we do that because you just never know what you may seemingly accidentally step into. But it can certainly be something that's in alignment with something that's going to make you happy and something that you want. So again, like a big shift here for you. But I think that you also have some fun times ahead for you here with these two cards, right? Going on vacation, going on road trips, things like that. Maybe you've been waiting for a while and this is like, nope, you know what? We've put off our vacation plans for this long. I'm going to make sure that we get this and I'm going to make sure that this happens. So you're not going to let anything hold you back in that energy. But it's also about being open to stuff, right? The Fool, it's like, bring it on. I'm open. I'm ready, and the Three of Wands, I'm ready. Let's go, right? If it feels good, if it looks good, I'm on board, right? So this can be just that energy of being a little bit excited about whatever floats your boat, whatever comes your way, right? And so this is this kind of, laissez-faire kind of energy can actually really help you out, and it can really maybe bring something magical to you. We've got the Six of Cups and we've got the Ten of Cups here, so you could be having some family fun. In the month ahead, the Ten of Cups, of course, is happy home, happy family, happy relationships, happy children, happy you, happy environment, happy, 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 right? It's ultimate abundance and joy in your life here, right? And the Six of Cups can certainly be a card of children. It can also be one of just enjoying life, being present, being here, taking the day one day at a time, being thankful and grateful for where you are and what you have and the people that are in your life, right? And so this can be a wonderful energy. It can be about tapping into your inner child, having fun. So again, maybe you've got some really fun family time or family vacation that's coming up for you there. Maybe your version of bliss, we're preparing for some peace with the Buddha prepares. And funny because in the Ten of Cups, right, it's like here we've got two dancing children and it's almost like the parents are like, bye-bye now. And so this can be where maybe you send your children off to camp for a week or two and you're like, oh, I'm looking forward to the peace and quiet, right? And so, as much as you probably miss your children if they're away, man, oh man, having them gone for a little bit can actually bring in a little bit of peace and quiet. I know my sister loves it. She lives quite a ways away from all of us, and she ships her children off to us for about 3 weeks every summer, and she loves her free time in the summer as much as she adores her children. So, don't feel guilty for enjoying quiet time if you do send your children somewhere. But the Six of Cups is ultimately about being present. It can be a card of nostalgia. It can be a card where we look upon our past, right? And we're also looking forward to the future and making plans for the future. But it is always a reminder to be present in the here and now and to take a minute to smell the roses. Okay. But you could have an accidental bumping into someone that you used to know. So you could bump into an old friend, an old business colleague, that kind of thing. It is in the upright and it is a Ten of Cups, so it's probably a pleasant experience, right? And it's, might just be fleeting, right? It might not necessarily be that we're going to rekindle a friendship or anything like that, but you never know, right? Especially with the Ten of Cups being there. Maybe you just drifted away and lost touch, and now the forces that be have brought you back together. If you bump into an old business colleague of some kind, you never know. It could be that fated event, that fated happening where maybe they have an offer for you, because with the Six of Cups, we do have, a gift being exchanged, right? A nice, sweet gesture, someone giving the other child some flowers, right? So maybe you do get some flowers in the month ahead, but this can be where it's like, hey, you know what? They don't want anything in return. It's just a sweet gesture of some kind, right? So maybe even someone, if you're a single parent, or maybe even if you're not, maybe a friend or a family member or a neighbor might offer to look after your children so that you can go and have a date night, which maybe you haven't had for a while. And that can be a sweet gesture. They don't want anything in return. They're just doing something nice. But by the same token, you might be doing something nice for someone else as well. But we do have some potentially very positive and very happy energy that is coming in here for you guys, right? Very high vibe for you. So I don't know, there's something going on for you guys in the month of June. So let's grab a couple more cards out here and see what else is being highlighted for you. Oops, I keep dropping things all over the place. Let's see here. Thank you very much. All right. So there's your next card. Beautiful card. As the seasons of life turn, remember your life and all your experiences are driven by the invisible wheels of love. Life is an eternal ocean, and death and rebirth are the rising and the falling of the same wave. Attached to everything is a new beginning. So Pluto's really kind of shaking things up for you here, or maybe bringing you some insights, but there is this very positive, very high vibe energy going through your month, but also, yes, reminding you that sometimes we do need to sun and moon eclipse something out of our life to move us forward to something better. Endings lead to new beginnings, right? So it's the ebb and the flow of life. So step into the ebb and the flow of life. We have a little hint, a message for you on your keys to manifesting your dreams, your desires. Don't try and control negative thoughts. Don't worry one bit about them. All you have to do is deliberately think as many good thoughts as you can each day, and they will cancel out any negative thoughts. Practice this daily, and in a short time, you will have completely retrained your mind to consistently generate positive thoughts. So there's probably a couple little different schools of thought on that one as well. And we all know that our thoughts become things. And it's almost impossible to pay attention to every thought that we have through the day. We've got millions of them, right? But we do need to speak positive. It overrides the negative. And we do also need to recognize and honor our thoughts and our feelings as we have them. So if you have a negative feeling, honor it, kiss it goodbye with love, and replace it with a thought of positivity. All right, and you'll be amazed. Practice that for 30 days. You'll be amazed what kind of things shift in your life there. Anyways, Aquarius, I'm going to leave all that there. I hope there was something here for you. If there was, please give me that thumbs up there. Any interaction that you have with the channel and with the video, any action that you do does help it get seen. It keeps the algorithm happy. So throw that thumbs up out there. It's free for you guys. If you enjoy my content, hit the notification bell. You will get subscribed. And in theory, YouTube will let you know whenever I post a new reading. It's almost every day. And drop a heart in the comment section down below. I'll heart you back. We'll connect our energy and get all this love and beautiful positive vibes flowing. I hope you guys have a wonderful month. And thank you for watching, and I'll see you later. Bye.